Hi, I'm Annika Lidne from Disruptive Media, and I'm here at Le Web with Steve Rubel.
Hello.
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 And you just made a panel.
I did. I was on a panel. Yes.
It's nice. And what did you talk about?
The pan. A little inside joke here between us. We talked about marketing and how brands need to get engaged and the usual spiel. But I think the one piece that I gave that was my contribution was it's time for us to stop talking about fluff and the lard of the pie and get serious about the pan, about business metrics and how does this all tie back to the business and what does this mean?
Well, it's quite a difference between you. Some say, well, a strategy for social media is like 2 pages and go do stuff, and you didn't really.
No, I believe
agree
that's
with
true.
that.
I know I do agree with that, but I think it has to tie back to business metrics, and it has to have a real business value. Otherwise, the C-suite's going to say, "Why are we doing this? And what does this matter?" I think that we're now in an age where we have realism, and we got to say, "Okay, how is this stuff really moving business?"
And what do you think are the key metrics to measure?
Well, it all depends on the company, but it can be everything from trust to recommendations to sentiment. But those all have to layer back to actually thinking about what they mean to drive the business value.
Brian Solis was on the same panel, and he said that if you hire people to tweet, for instance, you have to break down of the cost of their salaries and benefits and overall employment cost on, for instance, the number of tweets. So a tweet might be $25 or something like that. Do you agree with that kind of economic break?
Yeah, I think that kind of rigor is needed, and I think that earlier in the day we heard Tim Ferriss speak on the main stage about all the different things that he does to measure the return on his time as individual in engaging in social channels and testing and learning and figuring out what works and what doesn't. I think that level of thinking needs to come in throughout marketing. Absolutely. Yeah, the creativity is great, but it has to drive. You have to have a real knowledge around what's going to work to move the needle, and some of that is trial and error.
So some people say we should measure return on involvement. Others say we should measure the return on investment. And
I think it's return on time.
Time,
Time is money, but it's return on investment is very minimal sometimes. It's time. How much time are we putting into this, and what are we getting for the time?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Annika Lidne and Steve Rubel from Le Web in Paris.
Good to see you.